Good morning, freedom fighters. It is 6:27 a.m. Alaska times. That will be 10:27 Eastern time. I really wasn't sure where to start off today, but I'm going to show you all of it real quick so you can know what I'm going to go over. This is offshore of Newfoundland, Canada, and Dublin, Ireland. Heavy chemtrail operation at this moment, stretching almost to 3,000 miles of the Atlantic Ocean. Very distinct aluminum's totally different looking than any other compounds in the sky. That's a fog bank to the bottom. I would say that's fog or lower cloud formations with heavy chemtrailing on top of it. Straight line clouds are not formed naturally in nature. It is from aircraft. Vapor trails is a myth. Vapor returns to normal when the air temperature at the exhaust returns to normal. There is no such thing as vapor trails. Vapor is vapor. These are chemicals, up to 50 different compounds and chemicals from aluminum to strontium, barium, and coal ash. Many more, also pathogens in some of these smaller spray zones that I worry about. But right here is just offshore the state of Washington, live. Extremely heavy chemtrail operation ongoing at this moment. Infrared shows it very clearly. Straight line clouds are not formed naturally in nature. These are from aircraft spraying chemicals that will drift over our states and country. It continues on down here to California. Another spot I was going to start off, but we'll just go right on to it. Live offshore California, extreme heavy chemtrail operation. This is not normal air traffic. If it was, the whole entire nation would be clouded over, and these aircraft would not be doing hard turns, whether it's port or starboard. This is not natural flight paths. You can actually see the shadow of the aircraft and the trail from here, and the shadow on the ground. I love it when these trolls say I need mental help. Yes, I do. I need help, alright. I need people to help stop this insane attacks on our country, our people, our water, the wildlife, the animals, the insects. Double trails here. Stand by, let me show you more. They have completely clouded it out. If this had anything to do with normal air traffic, the whole entire system would be lines, because the whole entire system is aircraft. But it's not, it's operations, spray operations. Putting up new satellites for the people that don't believe space is real, and they put them up with balloons. We watch it all the time in Florida. I'm amazed in the rabbit holes they have created for you people. Just to make us argue though. Divided we fall. It's their game plan. 2 hours, massive frequency waves over top of Colorado. Very unusual waves that does not move. The clouds go right through the machine. The machine never moves. It's all one big machine up there. Works as one. Alright, let me see what else I can find. Stand by. Okay, I went back to last night. This is 3 p.m. Alaska time. Sun was setting in Florida. It's 7:30 p.m. Florida time. But it was very unusual pattern here in the Gulf of Mexico. And it wasn't just here, it was Texas too. I want to show you last night. Nobody really watched the film, so I'm going to show you again. Algorithm had it blocked for some reason. They got me blocked on everything. If y'all don't share it, or if I don't share it, nobody sees this stuff. But very unusual activity here. You see where it kind of started. I believe this is from satellites. And it says controlling the storm or help heating up the atmosphere that they speak about. But it cuts right through the storm. You can see it on both sides. This is not a wind. It's not from the wind or anything. They're creating this weather somehow. You can even see it here. It's kind of like another laser here creating this mass. They can be hitting this storm from all kinds of different sizes, but I wanted just to show you from last night what I was trying to show. But here's the one in Texas. That was really weird. That was really weird to me. Nobody's seen this, so I wanted y'all to see it from last night. Another one that was weird too. Oh yeah, here's the other one. This was off Texas. The other one was off Mexico, but here's two of them off Texas last night at, looks like it's around 4:30 in the afternoon. Maybe 3:30 Texas time. They're an hour different, Florida. But here too, you see it. I don't know if y'all can see my cursor, but there's about a dozen lines here and here that's not natural. I just want y'all to know we've never seen anything like this. And you can see it from the ground too, when there are very distinct lines in the sky. I just want to show you that from last night. Stand by, I want to show you more of today. I want to add this 2-minute clip of this guy talking about a House bill where a representative was trying to stop these type of technologies being used on the people. But I want you to listen to the scientists describe creating storms with lasers, and I feel like that's what we're seeing. They're never going to tell us the truth, though.
Never forget, this bill in 2001 referred to chemtrails as an exotic weapon. Again, this is HR, stands for House of Representatives, HR 2977, okay? And this is about a bill to stop and restrict weapons in space. Scroll down, you will soon see exotic weapon systems such as electronic, psychotronic, and information weapons. 2. Chemtrails. 3. High altitude, ultra low frequency weapons, which is actually basically 5G like weapons, EMF weapons, more like 3G, 2G. Boom, laser weapons.
Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
But this is experimental.
It's experimental. However, in the laboratory so far it works. When you have water vapor and you have dust particles or ice crystals, you can precipitate rain. It condenses around the seeds. These seeds can also be created by laser beams. By firing trillion-watt lasers, you rip apart the electrons, creating what are called ions, and these ions act like seeds, like dust particles, bringing down rain and even lightning. Go ahead.
Well, this fascinates me in part because, too, I remember reading the stories that China had used this during the Olympics, that the USSR had used this after Chernobyl to create rain clouds. I mean, did those really work then? We have some of these capabilities now?
Even in the 60s, the CIA used this to bring down monsoons during the Vietnam War, to wash out the Viet Cong.
Boom, laser weapons, strategic, theater, tactical, or extraterrestrial weapons, and chemical, biological, and environment and climate or tectonic weapons, which they have all of. This means they can make earthquakes, they can make hurricanes. This bill never passed. This was a House of Representative trying to get the word out about this stuff. It's right here, plain to see. Look up these terms, look up these keywords, look up this bill, HR. Never.
That's very interesting, correct? Something else I wanted to show you, I just looked at in the storm here. All this lit up right here in this area. I have to reload. But I can kind of see those lines there for a second. See how for a second there's almost like uniform lines going across here. You can see it here too. It's very minute, but something happens right after that happens. That storm lights up. See that? See the lines right there? It's the lasers, I feel like. And then it lit that up. And the particles they're talking about is it's breaking daylight. 4 o'clock this morning in Alaska. It's breaking daylight in Texas. But those particles he's talking about is the material they spray, whether it's from ground, ships, or aircraft. Right there, you can see it. There's lines. I wish it would stay on it. But that's lighting up that storm right there. See it light up? They lit that storm, is what I call it, lighting the storm. And you can also see those lines right there, 1, 2, 3. Kind of goes back this way too, 1, 2, 3. It could be from ships, satellites, on land. They got these devices and they're quite small. It's just electricity going through like a camera thing. Look up laser weapons. They got tons of them. I just seen a thing where they were cutting trees down with a little camera laser. Cutting trees down. Oh, look at that. This is live, by the way. That's unusual looking. Little streaks curved there. That's over North Florida. I'm sure they can see that. Whoever's in North Florida, I got plenty of friends there to talk to me. Between Dustin and live at 6:47. Something weird in the sky. Sun shining on it. Heavy frequency waves, no matter where you look. See kind of ripples. Sorry for being so jittery there. Alright, let me see what else I can find. No chemtrailing today down here. Yesterday was very heavy. I think that was just poisoning their people and land. I think some of the concentrated spraying that I record is poisoning. Look up Fort Detrick. I got videos on it. I put in comments in the comment section all the time on it. Alright, let me look around. Stand by. I only hit on it briefly in the beginning, but this is the chemtrail operation that's ongoing off California, Oregon, and in California. It's very heavy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm not showing fishing videos. Something that I want to show. I want y'all to realize I am not having any fun making these videos. I only do it for y'all. And I don't always get my words out the way I want it, but I appreciate each and every one of you that has donated to the system, to my system here. That's helped me keep the lights on, literally, and pay my insurance this month. I've never asked for anything in my life, and I'm not asking now. I just want to give y'all appreciation. Y'all truly helped me. That's all I'm saying here. But heavy chemtrailing in Oregon, I would say all of this is fictitious. We can go back a few hours and look at it. Yeah, you can see heavy spraying in Oregon. This clouds out. It just whites out the sky. The sun pierces through it. It's filtering lots, filters light. It doesn't block the light like the clouds used to. Regular clouds does. There's some ripples there. I already showed that. I said, wow. Stand by. Really good view of the daybreak happening in the Pacific Ocean, and you can see the heavy chemtrail operation. These are all chemtrails too I recorded last night. I'm going to show you them. We'll go back a few hours to where they were doing that. Stand by. Okay, this is the same area where I was just showing all the streaks, and this is 11 a.m. yesterday before they started the operation. You can see it over here. But I'm going to let it play out and let me talk from last night. This is my video from last night. Nobody really got to see it or hear it. There they are. You can see where they started up there. This heavy chemtrail
Talking
operation.
about operation. It's never-ending videos I can make of these people. Very distinct. Hard to see against the fog bank. God,
I'm not really saying much here. I'm just freaking out over it more than anything. Last night it was just such an amazing operation, though. You could just see how many aircraft I don't have any control of it right now. But God, the amount of aircraft that was being used for this operation. But that was them spraying it out. Then I'm going to go back to what I was showing. But I want you to see the start of it that I couldn't go back to. That's aircraft, one after another. Bam, bam, bam. I mean, just millions of dollars on these operations. But that was last night's video. If anybody wants to see it, nobody really watched it on YouTube or Rumble yet. Twitter yet. But here's last night during that where they created that 12 hours ago. They did this all night long. Sprayed offshore out here in the Pacific Ocean. Heavy operations. Thank you for the warriors just standing by it and watching this at 16 minutes into this. There's no one here that doesn't care now. I know none of the trolls that make it this long through this information. Not very distinct aircraft put that out. Look at that. You see the black shadow on the ground. You see where they stopped and started it. Sometimes these satellite images where they don't care to blur them is so clear it's not funny. You can just absolutely see how quick it was laid out. See how much it spreads out. Just that single aircraft trail through the night kept spreading out into these horrific freaking cloud patterns that comes over our peoples. Let it play back through there. You see him shoot it out, 2 planes, and it spreads. It doesn't dissipate. There's no such thing as vapor trails. What a lie. They have sold you on so many lies, it's not funny. The people, not you personally, whoever's listening. We'll zoom out a little bit. We'll look at the last 12 hours of this huge, massive chemtrail operation in the Pacific Ocean. I'm on satellite lower. Massive trail. And this keeps right on going. They just keep spraying. Look at that, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Is that not incredible, guys? That's a full 12 hours of night. You just watch the sun set, and you're about to see it come back. I might make another video of that, just that alone. Pretty neat to me. But that's the entire 10 hours of night we have at the moment. Let's stay around 10 hours. But this morning, they are right back at it. So you're talking about a full 12-hour bombardment. You could really see the shadows, crisscross ripples. It was like a ripple from a ship or something, so tight. And I'm sure there's chemtrail vessels out here pumping it out. That sticks out like a sore thumb when I see them. Not many, I see one maybe. So clouded out, I can't see them. Heavy chemtrailing. Man, they had just put out, you can see this area, Oregon and Washington, that's just a cloud of chemtrails. Death. Commercial fishermen standing by. Y'all have a good morning, a good day, a good evening, and a good night. We are all on different timelines because the planet is not flat. It is very much round, and I just proved it with the sun. Commercial fishermen standing by. Cannot believe that needs proving, but some people just don't understand. Commercial fisherman out.